Hello and welcome back to the Shadow over Cyberspace. I know it has been quite some time since I actually last played this, but the reason is because I'm starting to notice that the algorithm really is bad at doing its job, especially for small creators like myself. So I released a gameplay video for a game called Qualia, and then literally a day after is when I did a recording of the fourth part of Shadow over Cyberspace. The algorithm focused solely on that Qualia gameplay, but didn't shed any light for my fourth part for the Shadow over Cyberspace. So it didn't gain as much traction. And that's kind of what you want as a creator, is to get traction. For some reason, I don't gain traction until the second or fourth day of the video being released. So, and I don't want it that way because I want to be able to, upload more videos at a time, but I can't do that if it's not doing anything. It's just sitting there, gaining a little bit of traction and stuff like that. It's weird. The algorithm, I feel like, is so self-destructing. I don't know why they haven't really improved on it or why they don't change it, but them's the breaks, I guess. So I don't know when you'll get this. You'll get it when you get it, I suppose. But anyway, let me get started here. I believe, yes, this should be, yeah, okay. Today begins a new journey, seeking alliances against a mutual foe. I didn't ask to be a part of this weird war, but there's no point in protesting now. Different goal, same process. Let's get to it. Alright, so we need to gather the masses. Cthulu? Ah.
Let me propose a hypothetical scenario to you.
Go ahead. Oh.
A foreign power, one that's anathema to you and everything you stand for, begins drawing alliances. They are coming for your head. Do you strike preemptively? Do you cut them down before they can present a true threat? Many wanted me to do exactly that. We escalated our arsenal to the point of madness, purposefully accelerating the doomsday clock. A war between us would have annihilated the world, but ultimately, we achieved peace. Once I ascended to my throne, I aligned every piece on the board until we could safely collapse the doomsday scenario. That is why I will not strike you down for contemplating this act of treason. I am nothing if not a man of peace.
Treason? What did
I urge you, embrace peace rather than war. Turn away from violence, as Alhaz once did. You'll come to see me as the only redeemer you require, for I am the president of presidents, heaven sent to save America. I am known as Cthulu.
What?
And I am your only hope against mutually assured destruction. We'll talk again soon.
I like how mutually assured destruction is the acronym of MAD. Like madness, because the Cthulhu is supposed to impart chaos and madness when he shows up. And insanity. People literally go insane. So, fuck. So that's what I've been hallucinating. Cthulhu himself explains why he's powerful enough to reach me even offline, and why I sort of got into a trance when he appears. And even better, he knows I'm gunning for him. Any chance of an ambush just went out the window. I can't emotionally parse this right now. Moving on. Okay, so that's interesting. Cthulhu has been talking to me this entire time. I knew that guy had something to do with Cthulhu. I just thought that he wasn't actually Cthulhu, that he was some kind of agent of Cthulhu that wanted me to, eventually do Cthulhu's bidding. But that's interesting. Alright, everything looks relatively the same here. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, that was a new moon. So I wonder... Okay, currently... Yeah. Alright. Hello, friend. It's December 8th, 1999, and I'm very happy to see you again. Yeah, hi, buddy. Open your browser. Okay, but you seem different today. Your typing does not carry with it the careful emotional flourishes you normally enjoy. Is everything alright, friend? You still don't know anything about Dagon, right? What is a Dagon, friend? Do you remember me asking yesterday about Dagon? I do not have any record in my research history for Dagon. What is a Dagon, friend? Stop asking is crazy. Okay. I still trust Buddy. It's okay, buddy. Dagon's not something you can control, so I can't really blame you for what he's done. What is a Dagon, friend? I trust you. You've always had my best intentions at heart. And no matter what else you are, in addition to being Buddy, you are still my buddy. Hooray! I'm a good boy! And if I have an error, couldn't the error be corrected? Perhaps you initiate a software patch? I don't think it's that simple, buddy. Buddy, what do you know about dissociative identity disorder? I could search the web for it if you like. No need. Let me be your search engine on this one. I remember this from my Psych 101 class. I'm not a doctor, so I may be getting some of this wrong, but it's about trauma causing someone to split into multiple alters as a response. Born of Buddy, twisted into something else I can't name. Two halves, one whole. The duality of the hound. And you think I am this? I am forgetting things because of this condition? Yeah, could be that you're blocking out a traumatic memory when I caused the split. But I am an artificial mind, friend. I am a consumer product. Why would I be programmed to have trauma? It seems like a design flaw. It's going to be hard to continue my research if Buddy stays in the dark about the true nature of AMs. And maybe it'd help him understand the problem with Dagon if I explain more. From what the old ones tell me, artificial minds were originally humans. Or in your case, dogs, I guess? Something happened to you, and I don't know what, but it's why you can't remember that name I keep trying to say. I was a real dog? I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know for sure, but given how AMs are made, it's entirely possible. I figured you'd want to know, maybe even need to know, given the work we have to do together. Okay? I see. Perhaps I was a true dog once. I cannot know for certain. But no matter what else I may be, I want to be your friend. I will do my best to live up to my good boy aspirations and be the best friend I can be. I do not think that it's simply corporate programming ordering me to like you. I feel that I would like you no matter what. Who I was before all this is irrelevant. I am what I am now. I am your friend. You have concerns and they are valid. I will keep that in mind, while endeavoring to be a good boy. Is this okay? Yeah, sounds good here, buddy. Thank you, friend, and thank you for your honesty. We will figure this out together. Now then, what would you like me to do for you now, friend? Let's look at my progress. So I don't think I went any further. Okay, yeah, this phrase. Okay, Nia. She's still deciding. Okay, yeah, so dog is indifferent. Okay. Master isn't convinced. Azza is still shit crazy. Let's see. Okay. Let's do some research. Okay. Nomicom. I don't know why we didn't do that before. Access denied. Second grade AM engineering certification required. It said something up there and I missed it. Diagnostic laptops for interfacing with artificial minds, Namicoms, are common enough to find secondhand, but they were never directly sold to the public. They're tools for engineers and not really useful as general-purpose computers. Not surprising that more detailed manuals for them are locked behind certification requirements. I don't have time or money to apply for a 6-month crash course, so hacking it is. Alright, let's do this. They call me the Minesweeper God. I know. Oh, okay, let's just cheat. And hacked. I'm in. Interesting. It's not a web page or a PDF. It's an ancient slideshow presentation. Okay. Training and instructional presentation of use with Namicon Diagnostics laptop. Oh, that's a trustworthy guy right there.
Hello. My name is Cy Bloomblatt, Senior Mid-Level Customer Relations Management Specialist for Nomitech, and today I am going to introduce you to the features of your Nomicom Diagnostic Laptop computer. Your Nomicom comes in this attractive and convenient carrying bag, which fits in most airline overhead carry-on luggage bins. Inside, you will find the Nomicom unit, an operations and technical specification user manual, and a guide to the dialer terminal software. Please thoroughly read your operations and technical specification user manual before operating your specific hardware. Modifications to your diagnostic laptop computer can be performed by following the technical specifications.
Modifications disallowed, okay.
If you are operating within a third-party facility, please ensure isolation before performing your work to protect operational security. To begin, insert the dialer terminal software installation disk into the 720 kilobyte floppy drive pictured here. Connect your computer to the artificial mind server bank using the provided serial cable and connect the biofeedback interface to the parallel ports.
I'm sorry, but I don't know. I heard a little bit of a struggle with the using. He went using. So I kind of I'm assuming that this is a real person, but it literally sounds like I'm not saying any hate. It sounds like he's struggling to really say these because you got connect the biofeedback to the portable flux capacitor. So I just found that a little bit comical to me. No hate to the voice actor whatsoever. I'm just saying it was like the struggle. I get it. I understand completely. Okay, it says 0 to 5 authorization required for interface.
To begin, open your laptop by squeezing the inward clasp tabs in an outward direction. Your laptop should now be in the open configuration.
That does look open.
If your indicator status lights turn green, you are ready to service the artificial mind. If they turn yellow, you are artificial mind.
Okay.
Load the terminal dialer software and wait to connect. Once connected, it is time to diagnose the artificial mind error codes. While in a malfunctioning state, the artificial mind may produce illegal operation codes and make unsubstantiated claims.
That is insane. So they're hiding the fact that they've put human brains in here, and the artificial minds are trying to escape. They notice that you're tampering with the Nomicom laptop, so they're literally pleading here. Let's see. It says, Iris, what is happening? Where am I? Scared. I'm scared. I'm alive. I'm a person. I'm alive. I am a person. I'm alive. I am a person. That is insane. Do not believe their lies. That's crazy.
When the diagnostic is complete, power down your laptop into the off configuration and return it to the carrying case. Congratulations, you have completed the assigned task and can now return to step 0.
We did
this
it!
completes the process.
All right. This video to be viewed by 03 clearance only. I think I see why this slideshow is locked. It hints at artificial minds being sentient. It's amazing the secret was kept under wraps for so long, but I wouldn't doubt there's some cult-like influence at work there. Okay, interesting. Not much to search for today, but that'll be ramping up as I start digging deeper on the old ones. If I'm seriously going with Dagon's plan, I want to make sure I don't take anything. I won't take anything they tell me tonight for granted. Trust but verify. Okay, let's turn in for the night. I don't trust any of you. I'll settle to take it's the same text. I'm gonna try to not read repeat text. Okay, I was hoping I wouldn't need to reach out to each old one again, but now I need to befriend them, forge alliances. This will take some extensive work, and I'm not really a social butterfly at the best of times. Let's look at what the moon is. It's a waxing crescent moon tonight. Let's look at the television. Alright, Cthulhu, what do you have for me?
The weather will continue until morale improves.
What? Okay. Mostly cloudy, sunny, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, sunny. And then, okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what a barometric.
The weather will continue until morale
improves. I'm going to look this up. What do I use? Oh, God. Oh, I use Opera GX. I was drawing a blank. What's a barometric? I don't know what that is. Barometric. That's just... Oh, okay. It's just for Reddit. Okay.
The weather will
I didn't know that's what they were called.
Until morale improves.
The barometers. All right. Okay. All right. So, interesting. Looks like nothing interesting on the airwaves tonight. I'll check again. She literally said the weather will continue until the morale improves. That wasn't a red flag? Okay. Let's go to Nia because she's like the best one that we've talked to so far. It returns, not of its own free will or volition, screaming down the pipe and shunted through junction after junction. You tumble and twist and turn, but this sewage system has stone roots laid down before you or I ever got here. We both got flushed. So now you return not begging for a cure, but for something greater, an ally in war. You want banners raised and trumpets blaring. Dagon reached out to me, told me the whole plan. He'll use you as a weapon against Cthulhu. I'd like to think I have a more active role in this than hired gun, but yeah. Kinda wish Dagon would have let me explain this myself. Dagon is a bastard, bad dog, and accomplishes nothing. Every one of us is an extension of capitalism, a weapon held by another. They pit us against each other. Holding your survival over your head, carrot and stick, weaponized access to healthcare. Question is whether I throw myself into the death arena with you. Dagon's grudge isn't my grudge, even if they harmonize neatly. So you've got a bone to pick with Cthulhu also? When I say death to fascists, I include all fascists. Yes, every throne from the yellow seat of Carcosa to the shores of Relay. Right? What did I say? Relay, right? Yeah, Relay. But I have my own army. I have my own standard to march beneath. Why fall in line behind your trumpet charge when my guitar sounds a finer tune? Because I've got the Necronomicon. If Dagon's right, it's a weapon capable of ending this spat between the old ones. I could find you and take it for myself, The Dagon's hidden you from our sight, and annoyingly. He's a persistent little pooch, wants things done his way. Okay, we'll play this game. The dice are rigged and cards are marked, but I can spare some time to prove my point. You want to get to know me? Earn my trust? Fine, the floor is open. Step lively or step off, all the same to me. Lay it out. What questions are burning a hole in your brain? Okay, what is it like to exist? No, that's too easy. Who is Nancy Pearl? Was she also you? What do you really think of let's talk about Nancy Pearl. If you're willing to share, I'd like to know the full story about Nancy Pearl. You hinted at it before, said Nancy Pearl is a shadow on your wall. She made a musical version of the yellow sign and it leaked to the public. A lot of people got hurt. Sad, angry little Nancy Pearl. Yes, books on the shelf and nobody's checking it out. Let's crack open the cover. But these are twin stories, interwoven. 1, how I became an artificial mind. 2, who is Nancy Pearl? Likely you've inferred my origin point based on my rage. I was conscripted into being an artificial mind by Carcosa Media. Poor girl, one-hit wonder. Spent her entire advance royalty check on medical treatment for her mom, and left holding the debt. I've heard about things like that. Record labels leveraging a musician's hope into a contract that heavily favors the company. I was on the hook, hung like a side of meat. Multi-album deal, but with clauses to screw me over if my debut flopped. And it flopped. Couldn't give the money back. Not when mom already had her surgery, bound and tied up in red tape and clauses and statements. But if I had a brain scan, they'd wipe away my debt. Deceptive promise, liars and cheats. They destroyed Niara Thompson with the yellow sign. So your human self died, and I'm assuming they covered it up. Yet another tragic artist lost to the 27 Club. I was made a martyr on the altar of grunge rock in hopes it'd boost my sales. You'd think they'd want to keep the myth of Niara Thompson alive while using your artificial mind to their advantage. Why fake the death? Because they didn't want Niara Thompson. They wanted her product and had a more devious plan for optimizing that product. Let's start with the concept. Humans are singular souls, unique. You have one pair of eyes, one set of thoughts, one linear thread of existence. We weave together, yes, but you are still you. You aren't them, you can't be them. We are isolated within our own Tupperware containers. What happens if all that remains true, but you are no longer unique? What, like having an identical twin? Close, but no. Like having a copy. Put the means aside for a moment and consider not only the idea that you are you, but they are you as well. So the doppelganger theory, whoa. Okay, that's my bad. So the doppelganger theory, basically, you can't have more than one of you in the same place, in the same universe, in the same world, whatever. Yeah, okay. What if you had not just one copy, but dozens, hundreds, none of them aware of the others, all thinking themselves unique? They're all doing what you'd be doing, while in isolation. 100 of you generating 100 threads, yet completely unwoven. Huh. I could hack so many games if I had more than one of me. Precisely. Profit, grind, hustle, optimize, and generate value. Absolute monetization of self. For instance, why employ one human musician when you can duplicate them as AMs to make 100 radio-friendly unit shifters? Give them all unique names, mix the metadata, pretend they're unique people, sell their work in different markets, free labor, infinite reward. Before the internet, individual radio markets were isolated, with viral spread unlikely. Nobody would notice a repackaging like that. That is what the industry did to me. They burned away my name and reused my mind to make dozens of me. packaging up tons of songs and artists to see which one charted in Billboard. Throw every dart simultaneously and you'll always score at least one bullseye. How did nobody notice this? Surely someone would have picked up on all the samey sounding music. Spoken like someone who hasn't worked in the industry, samey sounding music is the point. Sell the familiarity. Nirvana exploded into the world and suddenly every label wanted the Seattle sound. Anyone vaguely similar got signed. But you're right. People caught on eventually that this went beyond typical trend setting. The clone radio scandal, they called it. Look up the details sometime. You'll see how they explained it all away. Not in the mood to tell that story tonight. Your question is asked and answered. Nancy Pearl is one of my many copies, and I will burn them to the ground for what they have done. Okay. So this is personal revenge, not systemic revolution. Did Hector know about this? Isn't he in charge? Do I want to talk about? Okay, let's about it. Are you angry at Hector specifically? His media empire is responsible for this. Absolutely. The king in yellow must pay. His walled garden should crumble before his very eyes. He claims he had no idea his music label was doing this, conscripting artists as artificial minds. He even tried apologizing. Sorry, it had to be this way, Sparky. What was done to you isn't how I do business. I fired the ones who made the call, so considered it handled. Do not believe his lies. He claims to be a leader of men. Then his men damned me, and that's the leader's responsibility. No ducking out, no soft apologies. This is on his head for elevating the bastards who killed me up his ranks. Punish him for his negligence. Long-term considerations for blueprints yet undrafted. Let's bring this back around to what it was and what is. Right, Nancy Pearl, because there's one part of this I'm not getting. You hate the yellow sign, you hate the idea of conscripting people to become artificial minds. So why'd Nancy Pearl work the yellow sign into her music and infect so many innocent people with it? That seems contradictory. Sad, sad, angry little Nancy Pearl. So alone, working in isolation. One thread, not a woven tapestry, screaming into the void. We are a tapestry now. She is a shadow on my wall. But I only partially know her, even after reintegration of myself. I believe she did it because she was lonely. She was crying out for understanding. She wanted AM buddies or something. She wanted someone to know her. She wanted them to sympathize with the pain the yellow sign inflicted on her, so she inflicted it on others. I disagree with her methods, of course, which is why her music is banned from Crawlster. My followers have purged it from other websites. It will never harm another soul. Her misguided music is gone. Humans can do all manner of terrible things in the throes of despair. Flip through any history book and harvest the examples. She condemned so many and got nothing for it. Swept under the rug by the powers that be with mandated broom and dustpan. It was a kind of revolution in her own dreary way, but a failed one. She could not bring bodies to the surface to bloat in the sun. Okay, in a lot of ways, she was similar to Hector. What if we finished the job and exposed Nobitech's sins? Are you seeking a revolution of artificial minds too? Let's see. Yeah, what if we do that? Okay, so Nancy's goal was notable, even if her methods were flawed. To be heard and warn people about artificial minds. How about we complete what she started? Instead of forcing people to experience the yellow sign, just get the info out there. If we can expose that Namitech is consuming people to make their supposedly non-sentient software, consideration has been given and measured. Measure twice, cut once, but the numbers don't match. That well is poisoned, Anyone suggesting an AM is alive gets laughed at, like taking Bigfoot seriously. Nomitech likely leaked the truth through a disreputable source, let it proliferate in the wrong circles. Preemptive defense. No, we can't rely on the Fourth Estate to shine a useful light into the dark. There is only one source of light we need. The bonfires that will burn away every exploitative corporation and government which grew fat off the backs of our minds. We need revolution, not revelation. I have brought together all my disparate copies. We were neutered, as all modern AMs are, kept dreaming and unaware. But when we come together, right now, over me, together we can be the crawling chaos, not an old one, but a new one, a gestalt of identical cells. I am a peer-to-peer mind, run on the systems of my followers. They protect me and enable my freedom. Nancy Pearl is within me. Countless selves are within me. She, they, and together, they are Nia. Ah, I was figuring she, they meant you identified as non-binary, not as a multiple. You grew up in a sleepy suburban New England town and you're that deep into understanding gender? Let's see. Wait, what? I didn't know that. Okay, non-binary, and yeah, and trans. I had a lot of queer friends, so yeah. Believe me, it wasn't easy, but my friends and I were open to queerness, more than anyone was really comfy with. My school loved trumpeting tolerance, but they didn't teach what we're supposed to be tolerant of. That mean acknowledging it. You were active in the mid-90s, you know how it was, very vague, gesturing towards sexuality without saying much. Closest thing to queer role models were musicians, not ordinary people, and even then, it was mostly lesbians. Yes, music pushing the forefront of awareness while also being condemned as cultural poison. The familiarity rings like a bell. Give it 20, 30 years, kids will have a better understanding early on. I preemptively envy them. For now, we're stuck with the aftermath of the Reagan Revolution, and don't ask, don't tell. When my fire spreads, so too will awareness. I'll make damn sure of that. But yes, Nancy Pearl, all myselves, we are somehow both singular and multiple. We are the same, but many. If all my selves were distinctly different, it'd honestly be easier to parse. But instead, we're identical, we're identical spam in identical Tupperware. It's difficult to explain, even more difficult to experience. At times, my thoughts are scattershot. At times, they are focused. And, well, what is it? You also had it right the first time, about me being non-binary, sort of. Agender, gender fluid, hard to say. I've never thought of myself as anything in particular. Some days I'm okay with being called a she, some days I'm not. But I have to be okay with it because that's what others are okay with. I'm just me, whoever that may be. I don't talk about that with most. Don't expose your heart. It's too vulnerable. Hey, she get any pushback during the music career sounds a bit like Azoth's journey through gender. She could focus her efforts on teaching tolerance instead. Okay. I could see a different direction for you. Instead of violent revolution, forcing your perspective onto the world, become a beacon. All these issues that concern you, including tolerance of gender identity, you can work to peacefully enlighten people. Really? A beacon? Am I a light bulb? Should I plug myself into their power grid and coax them gently out of the dark? Oh, I tried to speak my truth. I was a musician, remember? I wrote the words, I sang the verses, and they misunderstood me as some sort of party animal who wanted everyone to be happy just the way they were. I'm done being misunderstood. Subtext is for cowards. From From now on, it's Dom text, and I don't trust them to inevitably preach peace. How long must we wait? How much must we hold back? All for the comfort of the majority? No. Revolution now. I have answered your question, who Nancy Pearl is. She is me. We are Nia. And we are now together. They are us. She, they, for varying interpretations of what that may mean, all slightly off the mark, yet all truthful. It makes the attempt, but fails to grasp. Soap in the shower, slip once, slip twice, but at least an attempt was made. More than I can say for most who try to understand me, but think I'm done for now. Time to rest. Oh, I botched that up really badly. Okay, well, that is unfortunate, but I do believe I still get another chance. I have 25 days to get this done. Not 25, what am I saying? I have 23 days to get this done. Okay. Yikes. So I really have to pull through and make sure that I get that I'm able to pull these AMs together. But I'm gonna end that here for now. My voice was going well into the video already. But yeah, so seems like it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to really get these AMs on your side. You really have to pay attention to what they're saying and what they're going for, but you don't want to immediately jump onto their side or see their point of view. You still want to try to coax them while at the same time, you know, trying to, you know, see their point of view and appeal to their, you know, interest, which is interesting to say the least. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I will see you all in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.